you want to get off that darkest ground.
Asshats.
The gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, the gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, the gravity pulls you straight down. Clear
Hey, we're back.
Yay.
Alrighty. Well, hello everybody and howdy y'all. It is another movie night and we are here finally. We are somewhat here at least. So, hello, and I'm glad to be back with everybody. Oh, there we go. My chat just caught up. That was weird.
Oh, goodness.
Hi.
Let's see. Alright. So, I want to thank
Hey,
everybody for
Jenny.
coming back tonight, and thank you panel members for being here. I do want to point out that I do have a few names to add to the intro, so I'm hoping to get that done this week. So I don't want any of the members or Patreons to think that I forgot about them. I did not. I just have not had a chance to fix it yet.
No
So-
bitchin'.
Oh, all the bitching. Everybody's allowed to bitch. Why not? But that's about all I got for you. So let's go around the room and do our panel introductions. We have with us tonight Jenny Morgan.
Hi. How's
Hi.
everyone tonight?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm not bad. I'm a little surprised at our smallish panel tonight. I would
Yeah.
think that on this lovely holiday eve that there'd be everybody would want to be at movie night and be having a good time.
Well, I feel like there's probably plenty of drinking to be had, but not here.
Oh, well, I even brought a drink tonight. Look at that.
Nice.
It's a big one too.
It is a big one. That's impressive. If you can
Thanks.
get it all down, I'll be impressed.
Oh, it's about halfway gone already. and I've got another one in the fridge, so
Well, good. I wouldn't want you to run out.
we're going to be sloppy drunk by the end of the time.
Oh boy! By the end of the
Words are
intros,
hard.
was that what you were trying to get at? Well, we're glad to have you here with us another week, Jenny.
Thanks.
We also have with us tonight Mom Nato. Hello, Mom Nato.
Hi guys, welcome to movie night.
Hello.
Enjoy your holiday weekend and stay safe, everybody, please.
Yes, that is a very important note. Please stay safe. We like you all to come back next week. We also have with us tonight Tornado.
Hi guys, Tornado here, and I'm still a little bit tired.
Ah, well, yes.
What are you
that's
tired from?
Take a break from punching.
I woke
punching
him
the
up and
cobra.
night.
What have you been doing that made you so tired there, Tornado?
Snoozing.
Snoozing. He was asleep.
Snoozing
I
made you
yelled.
tired? No, snoozing is to
It-
relieve
No,
tired.
he only laid down like
Is that the new
45
euphemism for
minutes
punching the
ago, and
cobra?
I woke him up.
If you're snoozing
Well,
while
she-
punching the cobra, you're not doing it right.
No, he was bored, so he went to go lay down, and I woke him up to join movie night because he must join movie night. I'm so mean.
Mean NATO.
Yes.
Is there a tornado?
Yes. Still is
Like
a
I said,
tornado.
he's tired. He's gonna be quiet tonight.
Hey, what?
His,
Gonna be
his
what-
a
what-
birthday's
.1.
this week.
Why is tornado? You're the weather guy. Why is the whole country having all this nasty hot weather?
Well,
It's
considering it's getting close to, well, it's not getting close to summertime, it is summertime, and therefore much of the country is now facing towards the sun when it's the middle of the afternoon. And of course, that means that there's going to be a lot more wattage per square meter hitting the surface, thanks to the more straight line angle from the sun towards the planet. Or I should say towards the surface of the planet where the USA is right now. Which of course means higher temperatures, more heat, and of course hurricanes for those of us who live on the coast.
But
Yeah.
we're up here in Minnesota and we're having a string of 3 weeks worth of 90-degree plus weather.
Yeah,
That just does
cloud,
not
probably.
happen. That just does not happen up here.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
it's
I don't know,
weird.
I
Saharan
have-
dust cloud.
I have relatives who live in St. Michael, and they always have a bunch of hot weather at this time, and tornadoes, and
Oh,
Severe
sure, we have 90-degree
thunderstorms.
weathers and stuff. We even have 100-degree weather, but not
Yeah.
3 weeks in a row of it.
Right.
You know, they count 90-degree days by, oh, we had 3 this year or 5 this year. And, it's 3 weeks in a row. It's like, what?
Well, again, I would say it's the Saharan dust cloud keeping. Have you had much rain?
Yeah, we're a little bit above average.
You're lucky. We've had, normally by this point, we rain every day. We've had 2 days of rain since the beginning of June.
Jeez.
Yeah. And
It's almost like we have screwed up the planet.
Yeah, almost.
yeah, it's like, gee, where you're at is getting what we normally get, and we're getting what you normally get.
40 below
or it could
zero.
be
No,
the fact
dry
that we're
weather.
in El Nino
Oh.
cycle, so
Well, I think we should continue on with our intros. What do you guys think?
Sure.
I think so. Let's head on over to Chris Kelling.
hello. Oh. Not as my jovial self today. I was denied getting my beard trimmed, so I'm
Uh-oh.
still looking like Santa Claus.
Why?
Because the state of Connecticut's stupid, that's why.
Okay.
that sounds like a good reason.
I mean, there's being safe, and then there's being stupid, and
Yeah.
our wonderful governor is being stupid.
Can't you trim your own beard?
I would if I had the tools. So now I gotta go out to Walgreens or Walmart or one of those wall stores and get a beard trimmer.
You whack it.
Bit of wall one.
Yeah, I'll
as
get
a
a wall.
suggestion, I find a pair of small sharp scissors actually works quite well. As long as you're careful.
Nah, because I need a number 2 comb to get the beard down to where I want it.
Mm.
It's either that or shave the beard
Understandable.
off. Either one. I don't care at this point. But other than that, hey, I'm glad to be here, and that was just one little dim part of the day. The rest of the day was pretty good, so can't complain. And everybody, thank you for being here, and happy 4th of July if you're in the U.S. or the U.S. territories, or if you're in a foreign country and just want to celebrate with us. Don't mind that. We co-opt a bunch of your holidays for excuses for drinking. Why not co-opt ours?
Well, thank you for coming tonight, Chris, and we also have TD Lane with us tonight.
Why, thank you. Glad to be here as always. I made my promise true by getting a video out on Tuesday, which I feel happy about, even if it's 4 minutes for 2 months of work. not a great feeling, but I got it done. But I think I should make a note for all of our non-US viewers. The proper way of celebrating 4th of July is barbecuing, drinking beer, and then setting off fireworks while drunk without blowing your hands off. And that last part is the most important part.
And I completely omit the drinking beer part because I drink Mountain Dew. So number 3 is a breeze.
Blowing is the most important part. What?
Oh boy.
Come on, guys. I can't keep this up all alone.
Well, okay, I got an amusing little anecdote here.
Well, well, let's go over to Shadow first.
Hello, everybody.
God, it's Shadow.
Yes, it is Shadow. Shadow is tired. Shadow had a lot of schoolwork this week and work and misses bed. Anyways, other than that, yes, hi.
Hi.
Hi. Needless to say, I'm out of it. In fact, I'm about to message One Winged Sparrow and have him grab my 2-liter of Mountain Dew Code Red for me.
Wait a minute. This is someone you know?
Yes. One Winged Sparrow is actually Alathanthar.
Alathanthar.
Oh.
Alathanthar. Yeah, sure.
RJ is fashionably late as always.
Yeah.
Does a one-winged sparrow fly in a circle?
Yeah, something like that.
And
Hi, RJ.
Hello. I was busy doing research.
Oh, high IQ
Uh-oh.
research?
He's getting smart on us again.
Uh-oh.
The latest science in nature. Do you know that there are some smaller than Neptune-sized planets that can actually be the leftovers from burnt-out stars?
Cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Really? How do we know that?
Oh, brand new paper in Nature magazine on it.
Have we ever
I
seen
saw
one?
the stating.
Yeah, well, I think it's in relation to modeling because there's this kind of hole in the size of gas giants, and it's already been thought that like Jupiter is like a star that was just a little too small to really get Bernie. And so basically you've got the stuff in between. But anyway, apparently some of the burned out cores of a star can end up as a little itty bitty planet, a little gas giant.
Which moon is that is like all methane?
Not all methane. I don't think there's any moon that's all that, but Titan, I think, has a liquid methane rain. It's not a good place for a vacation spot.
I was wondering what would happen if you did a fireworks thing down there. You know, with that.
Oh well, then you'd have a great thing for the president.
Oh, can we send him there?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Let's
so-
make him ambassador to Saturn,
So,
king of Saturn. We can make him. Yes.
RJ, I just gotta
Although
ask you
I
something.
think Uranus would be more appropriate.
Oh, that's true. Well, yes, that's true. He's got the ass for it.
RJ, I gotta ask you something.
Yeah.
Are you saying that Jupiter probably needs to apply itself in its report cards in the
Oh
nursery?
yeah. It's like an underachiever.
Yeah.
I like the phrase Isaac Asimov used a long time ago. He said that solar system consists of Jupiter plus debris.
Oh my.
Jeez, that's a
Yeah,
little harsh.
but accurate when you actually look at the size of the stuff. And then, of course, you got your Kent Hovind types who haven't quite figured out that the sun is really, really big, and so doesn't actually burn up its stuff as fast as they want it to.
It's a bit hard to understand scale when you think you're the center of the universe.
And our star is a dinky little thing. My God, I've seen charts of the various stars out. And you have this thing where you're now used to, okay, there's our star, and then there's this great big one here, and then there's this great big one here, and then there's this really great big one here, and you realize, boy, I mean, although stability, it's less scenic than those wacky stars, but it's nice and durable. The G's and the K's, they're the ones that have kind of stability, and without them, you don't have planets and all that crap.
What's that really big one? Is that Arcturus? Or?
I think Betelgeuse is a really large star. The big supergiants and stuff. Yeah,
I haven't heard anything what's going on with Betelgeuse lately.
Don't say it 3 times.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Rats.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. He's back
No,
where he
but
belongs.
has it stopped doing its unusual blinking or?
Oh, I don't know that it was blinking, but anyway, so I'll defer to an astronomer.
It's been doing a certain amount of pulsing, but Sarah Nance, or Serafina Nance, as I should call her more formally, tells us that this is by no means indicating that it's about to blow up, that we're going to experience it in our lifetimes. This is just a normal portion of its pulsing and not pulsing behavior.
Although, given how far it is away, if it's done in that, it already did it, and we'll eventually see it.
Exactly.
That's right.
That's why I like to snark on any creationist that says, well, were you there? Well, scientists can't do that. Oh, astronomy does. Astronomy is 100% time travel.
Yep.
Yes,
We literally don't know what the sun is doing right now. We only can see what it was doing 8 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
I still think that's weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's the most disconcerting thing to imagine that you're literally looking backwards through time. That when you look up at the pole star, you're seeing something that was 400 years old.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like a fart in an elevator.
Is it really?
Yeah, it takes a while.
Oh my
to know
God.
that.
Okay, there we go. Was that one that Stephen Hawking was discussing, or was that Cecilia Payne-Gaposchkin? There's a golden oldie.
All right. Well, that was the longest intro ever from RJ, so thank you for stalling. I appreciate it.
Oh, is that a good or a bad thing?
A good thing. Yeah, that was real good. I think all that we have left is
Sean.
that guy with the hair and the face and the skin. Oh yeah.
Ooh, voiced
The
person.
voice.
The voice.
And the voice,
Voice.
yes.
Yeah, the
So,
voice.
Let's say hello to
Especially
Sean
the
Huffer.
voice. I guess I'm allowed to talk now.
Oh
The
my
definition
God.
of mellow.
Yeah, I'm just kicking back and chilling, just listening to you guys go on and on and on. It's
We
fun.
do that, don't we?
You guys are skilled at it.
Yeah.
Prattle. It's called prattle.
Yeah,
We ran
yeah I minored in prattle in college.
Look, we stalled. Now we're getting the engine going again, maybe.
Well, but yeah,
No,
I'm here. I've
fingers
been
crossed.
just going through music, trying to figure out what I want to make my next pair again.
Oh yeah, and were you able to find a lot of the files that had gotten into Cloud
Ugh.
Cuckoo Land for a while?
All your middies.
Well, I found a site that archives like thousands of MIDIs from places, and I found quite a few that I've actually done and put out throughout the years. But I'm still missing a bunch from my more recent stuff, so it still kind of sucks.
Oh dear.
Well, you can set the World Mind computer on and have it scour all the information on Earth to find them for you.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. After a certain point, I stopped uploading them to public sites, so they don't exist anywhere else except on the hard drive that died.
Oh, you mean you didn't make hard copies of your electronic items?
Boy.
You're
Kids
supposed to
aren't that
chip them out on
sophisticated
clay tablets. That way they're really permanent.
Well, I thought about doing it in Braille,
Yeah.
Braille binary.
Queepoos. Put them on Queepoos. That could be funky.
I know, I thought you were supposed to chisel them into giant stone blocks and then put those in pyramids.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Then you can make a cheesy, what's his name movie out of them, the 10,000 BC guy.
Aren't pyramids just really unusually shaped grain silos?
Something like that. Interesting thing about the Egyptian pyramids, there's some argument that they were in part imitating some natural rock features that actually had that kind of pyramidal shape way out in the desert, and they would kind of look at that shit and go, "Wow, I want one of those."
Hey, so
Those are mountains, right?
Yeah. But they're relatively small hillocks, but they stand up. They're very prominent, and they've got a definite pyramidal structure to them just naturally. This may have inspired them. Of course, we also don't know what factors were coming into the fact that the Sahara and the Nile wasn't as dry then as it is now and all that.
Are we learning things again?
I know. I'm sorry. You might accidentally learn some stuff. They found an ochre cave 10,000 years old in South America. New paper on that too.
Oh, was Shrek in there?
Yeah, this is one of the some of the earliest indications, and 10,000 years ago. That's not that long after Native Americans arrived here, and this was down in Yucatan, so they were getting frisky. They were
Well, I
going
mean,
down
it's
there.
like 6,000 years at most.
Yeah, that's
That's the
4,000 years
longest
before
timeline
the
we've got.
creation of the universe. Just in case you were wondering.
I think it's a
Alright.
tragedy
Well-
how people just are bigoted against ochres.
All right. Well, I think we should move on. I am
Yeah,
a little.
actually start.
Yeah, I am a little disappointed that we only one person in the chat, Cerny in there, gave John Rapp the appropriate welcome. So if everybody in the chat could please give John Rapp the appropriate John Rapp welcome.
Oh, okay.
And if you're unfamiliar with such a thing, that is I'll try to see if I can demonstrate here. The keyboard typing in YouTube on a computer is awful. It's much better on the phone. Let's see.
It'll be so much easier when you have your mind meld with the world mind, so that you can do all of that just by thinking.
Yes, of course. That would be a lot easier. But we haven't gotten that far yet, so...
Well,
Alright.
2038.
Alright, there we go.
Who said ice, ice, baby? Oh, Bionic. Hi, Kate.
Alright. The appropriate John
Ice
Rapp
Baby,
greeting
right.
is as listed
did
there.
you guys hear that Vanilla Ice had to cancel a concert he was going to have somewhere in Texas?
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
no.
You know,
No.
and he said it was because of the Corona thing, but it actually turns out that his audience was 2,500 seats, but only 18 had sold.
That's a little too much social distancing for his budget.
Oh, wow.
I thought he stopped, collaborated, and listened.
I just thought that Vanilla Ice would have melted in the heat.
Oh, we all know Vanilla Ice is like Santa. He's not real.
Oh, dear.
I've seen his videos. I have a
Alright.
hard time
Let
thinking
me,
he's real and not some kind
Let
of
me
computer
pull up our
generated.
wheel here so we can get onto the stupid instead of learning
Yeah,
things.
apparently you have an abundance of stupid on the wheel.
There is quite an abundance of stupid.
gosh.
All right, there's our
A
wheel.
plethora.
Oh yeah.
And
Hey.
you've kind of
That's the
overbalanced
wheel again.
Karen there, haven't you?
Now, wouldn't it be
I-
funny if it ended up on something else?
It probably will, just because that's the way things go.
Who is Karen?
It's more of a what
That
is Karen.
That is a
Let me
term
talk
that
to
has
your
come be
manager.
applied to certain overly privileged, apparently white women who are pushed out of shape by like people wanting to like ask them to wear masks during COVID and all of that, and so it's come to be used. And I feel sorry for the fact that they've now saddled people who are actually named Karen with that association. I'm not
Yeah.
entirely happy about the idea
Well,
of using terms that way.
Think about it. My dad's name is John, and he never likes the associations with toilets. So.
Exactly.
Super chat,
yes.
super chat, super chat.
Yes, we do have a
And
super chat.
Never name your kid Crapper.
Yeah, we have a super chat from John Rapp for Australian $2, who says, "Thanks everyone, thumbs up." Yes, John Rapp always deserves the proper John Rapp greeting. We can't leave him out. So thank you for that, John Rapp.
I heard that John Rapp's middle name is Curtis, with a C,
Oh, jeez.
but he never writes it as with the middle initial.
Ah, is that so?
Yeah.
Um.
It is.
All right.
wouldn't
Well,
mind.
I think Tornado. We should do something about that wheel up there.
Tornado.
Right. Wheel of misfortune. Turn, turn, turn. Show us the stupid that we should burn. Spin it. Do, 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 do.
It looks pretty.
Yes, this is the longer wheel. Sorry.
Hey!
Hey,
And
it's
Amazing,
Karen.
you hit Karen.
I'm not surprised.
Ah.
I mean, it was like a 60-40, so yeah, bad odds, dude. Bad
I mean,
odds.
it was only 40%
Fix,
Karen, so
Fix.
just saying.
There's somebody naked in the chat.
Not anymore.
Why
No
do they
more
call it
naked.
fixed when it really is broken?
Broken, yeah. Just a bit. All right, let me get the wheel out of
Okay,
here.
I was just checking.
No, I mean, I agree with you. I don't know why. It's like a parkway and a driveway. Why do you park in the driveway and drive on the
Right on
parkway?
Yeah. If you
Oh,
try
wow.
to park on the parkway, they won't like that at all.
No.
But then again, we call them freeways out here, and then they have like expressways and other strange terms for them.
Those
the barbarian
freeways aren't
use.
exactly free.
We also have
are they?
highways.
And-
No, I don't have to get
and-
charged to drive on them.
And why
My
the
name is
hell
Butch,
did
and
somebody,
I'm gonna.
Why the hell did somebody ever name them pikes? With
For
turns,
turnpike.
apparently.
That's because of the turnpike. That was the little post that was used on toll roads to keep you from
Oh.
going through. And so you had, when you paid your toll, they turned the pike and you could go through.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, RJ, I've been asking that question for years, and you're the first person who could answer
Yeah,
it. Don't
an
you feel bad?
awful lot of municipal roads, and particularly bridges, not only here but in England, I don't know about other countries, were often tolled.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
now I've lost an entire subject to talk about.
Mm.
Thanks, RJ.
Okay, well, I'm raining on your parade.
Are you teaching us things again?
Yeah,
Golden
sorry.
Rain?
Damn it.
We
Yeah,
have
there's a
super
toll
chat
bridge
from
in the
Chris.
new Phileas Fogg novel.
Now we're learning history besides science.
I
We,
can't help myself.
We also have a $5 super chat from our very own Chris Kelling, who said, I got a full moon tonight. It keeps looking at me. I think Princess Luna is watching me. If the full moon is looking at you.
Lunar eclipse there.
Is she a musician? Does she do Luna tunes?
Oh, I mean, the moon is far enough away that I think we don't have to worry about the.
All right.
Well, you know what happens when the moon is in the second house and junipers are lined with tar?
Is that Amore?
Angel.
That's
Aquarius, yes.
that's a Mora.
Amore. Like an eel.
Oh, okay, sorry. I was thinking something else.
I thought it was Roman.
Do you like our stalling?
We're doing pretty good at this whole stalling thing.
Big pizza pie, it's amore.
Oh, jeez. All right, well, I think we're all set here, so shall we get started?
Oh
Oh
dear,
my God,
Palm
he's
Beach
really
County.
Ugly.
All right.
That looks like,
Oh, this one?
That
Oh,
Karen. Oh,
God.
that's fun to watch.
that
Yeah.
looks like a high school football.
I did
We
a
got whole bunch of
video.
mess of Karens on this one.
Yes, this is
Yeah.
a group of Karens.
No.
Observe the
What
drama
do you call
between
a
Karen and the
flock
football
of
coach.
Karens?
A flock of
Yeah,
Karens
well,
has
I
a
think it's
name,
called
but
the
I
privilege
forget.
of Karens.
Yes, the privilege. That's it. That's it.
A dramatic play.
Yes, it is actually, that's the term going around, is a privilege of Karens.
It's the appropriate thing.
It is. All right, shall we get started?
Sure,
Before
let's
we get
hear
started,
this.
I need to warn the
science.
Chat, don't drink too much. This may very well kill you.
Yeah.
Or drinking a lot means
I
that you
drink-
go into a stupor and not
Okay.
hear what you're going to
Ma-
hear next.
That's
Mark,
true.
Mark Beiser is mentioning that he's already seen too many videos making fun of this already. This week does seem to have been
Yes.
Karen Week in all the debunker community on YouTube. But we're going to now show them how to do it right.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
we're the professionals.
Yeah.
New Shark Week.
Oh my gosh, we see Sean.
My
Why do-
Sean.
Why do we see
don't see
Sean?
Yes, I do.
Why do
Ooh,
we?
pretty shirt.
Why do we see Sean? Hold on, where is he? Oh, there's Sean.
See Sean by the seashore?
Look at
Yes.
Sean's pretty hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's so
Pretty
pretty.
hair. Oh my
There he
gosh.
is.
Oh, yeah. There you
I
go.
pinned you, Sean.
Yes. Flat Earth
And,
is
that-
here.
and is that a microphone, or are you just enjoying yourself?
Thor is back.
Yes, Thor is back. It looks much more red actually on camera.
Yes,
think
it
it's-
does,
Yeah,
actually.
the red shirt. Oh, yeah.
I don't
the red
know why.
hair, yeah.
It's not red by any means. It's
It's
quite
the
blonde.
eccentricities of, maybe
It's
it's
the
in
lighting.
the contrast with the gray background.
Sean
Yeah.
has turned into a ginger.
Apparently,
No,
jeez.
I still have a soul.
Okay, I was just about to ask.
Yeah, no, it's very blonde. I don't know why it looks so red.
You should put a little minion eyeball on the microphone.
It's the lighting.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, he's got only the monitors on. The light in there is off, so whatever.
That's the light
Let's-
from the
let's-
He gives him a nice Technicolor look.
Jeez.
All right. Well, shall we get started?
Yeah, I suppose we
Let's
need
get it
to.
over with.
Indeed. All right, here we go.
My name is Butch, and I'm an American patriot.
His name
See
is
that
Karen.
flag?
Butch.
I would die for that flag. The Constitution that you were supposed to uphold, I would die for that.
Pause.
Already?
Well, this isn't anything to do with what he's saying. Just want to let you know that the male version of Karen has been called Chad.
Yes, it is a Chad.
C-H-A-D. So
And this
Not
is
to
in
confuse with
Florida.
hanging chads.
Oh, see,
Yes.
that's perfect. Chad in Florida. That's where they come from.
Hey!
All
Yeah,
Chads come from
Tornado
Florida.
pelts?
It was proven in that election.
Got a
indeed.
question. What about tornado pelts?
What
Does-
about them?
How thick is your pelt, Tornado?
Not very.
Merely a wisp of a breeze.
Sean looks
Alright.
like he's being transported now.
Uh-oh.
Like he-
Now what is he doing?
Wow.
Jesus. What are you doing now, Sean?
Trying to get the white balance to work out, right?
Sean Huford. Oh yeah, because you had your white balance
people,
all screwed up.
the people that are talking in this Palm Beach thing, they're the white balance.
Yeah, wait a minute here. I find that offensive. You're not taking in.
Oh my god. Oh, that's a lot better, Sean.
You gotta have your negative 40 volts.
Yeah.
Oh
Alright.
dear. All right.
Now let's hear what more Butch has to say.
Let's continue on.
Hey, Butch, what's happening?
Let's text.
It is
There we go.
appalling that each and every one of you sitting up there as human beings, part of the human race, the only race that we have, would suggest to muffle people, to put masks on our...
Drink.
Yeah, I think we had Shadow first on that one. We'll go to Shadow
no,
first.
that was me.
Oh, was it a Mom NATO?
Mom NATO yelled it first. I just
Ah.
happened to press
It
the
was
button.
Okay. All right, we'll go to Mom
We
NATO
don't
first.
sound that similar, do we?
I don't know. Everybody sounds similar. You could have been Sean for all I
Anyway.
know.
She says the only race we have is the human race, but we have animal races as well. There are sentient animals. Are not stupid. They do have a brain. They can use their brain. But she is appalled that we would want to muffle people by wearing masks. The masks are not to muffle you. The masks are to prevent you from spreading sickness if you're ill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, depending on where the research goes, I would strongly argue that whales are people.
Yes, whales
Yeah.
and dolphins are both mammals. Dolphins are learning how to speak and respond to sign language and vocal cues.
Funny enough, I think dolphins are more intelligent than most people.
Yes.
Well, this one here at the microphone, yeah.
Let's say, judging by that shirt.
Oh yes, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if Typhoid Mary would have had a similar
Hold on.
position. How dare you tell me not to spread typhoid to people?
Yeah.
I have a serious question right now. Is she gonna start
Yes.
clutching those pearls around her neck? Please tell me she is.
Who
I think what she
knows?
needs are some ball bearings in her hand.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
still have Sean's picture stuck on who's speaking.
Is he stuck?
As he very passionately stares at his screen, going, "Fix this hair."
No, it's because I got it stuck again. Hold on, I gotta fix
He can be
Sean.
the voice of our conscience.
He's not even moving.
As a side
Yeah, you
note,
put me through.
cloth masks happen to not be very hard to breathe through.
Yeah.
I have
Where the
two
hell are
cloth
ya?
masks, and Tornado has one, the rewashable ones that you can put a filter in. And
There we go.
they're hot. I won't deny that. They are hot. But at least I know if I go to the store, if I have happened to have caught coronavirus somehow, I won't be spreading it to anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
considerably
the
less
eerie
likely.
thing is this lady is not the weirdest person at that meeting tonight.
Yeah,
Oh
no.
no.
Oh no.
I do want to point out, Ugly German Truths had a good point. The Chad is the incel person. The Karen goes the opposite. The male Karen is a Daryl or Darren.
Who's
So-
a Chad?
The Chad
the guy that
is
gets
goes
all
with the
sex.
incel stuff.
No, the wish is he could get all the sex.
Yeah.
That is the vanilla ice, only without the ladies.
Yeah, pretty much. Shadow, you had your hand up?
Yes. I mean, we're what, maybe 10 seconds into this video, and we already have somebody saying they're being muffled?
We are 36 seconds into this video. Thank you very much.
If she thinks that a mask is gonna muffle her, just wait until she gets that ventilator.
Yeah, just wait until she's dead.
Yeah,
I'll
like,
slow her down.
okay, so wearing a mask, literally the only problems are it's a bit hot.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit harder to understand people.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Like, I understand, like, when I went to the protest in my neighborhood for BLM, and the whole time I was wearing a mask, and yes, it got uncomfortable, and dare I say it, moist and gross, and it was unpleasant.
Moist?
Yeah.
That's the wrong kind of moist.
Yeah.
But I will take that mild discomfort as opposed to having anything shoved down my throat in order for me to survive.
Yep.
I have 2 points since you're not calling on me. Even though
I haven't got. You were next in line. Hey Jen, would you like to speak?
Yeah, I would.
Oh, okay, cool.
Really would.
Yeah, go ahead.
She said the human race, it's the only race we know. Well, duh, lady, you live in Florida. What about Homestead? Then north of you, there's Talladega. There's Daytona. Duh.
Yeah, one race.
There's Bristol.
Indianapolis has got a big race.
There's races all over the place.
Hey, you go to Europe, you add an F1.
Oh yeah, well that's just kind of follow the leader. It's not real racing.
Well, there's also the Kentucky Derby.
Chris. We've muffled Chris.
I mean, really, people complain about NASCAR being dull. Have you ever watched an F1 race? Whoever gets out on the lead lap after the pace wins. What's the point?
It's obviously socialistic because all of them, they're turning left all the time.
Yep.
No. F1's turn right also. And go uphill and downhill.
Rally is where it is.
All right.
Well, in the dirt.
We have RJ with a hand up.
Yeah, I just wanted to observe. If memory serves me, this spectacle occurred like a few days or a week ago. And that, of course, just as a reminder, that was before Florida started to suffer a gigantic spike in their number of corona cases. Isn't that amazing?
Shocker, I know.
On the 29th of June, Florida passed 10,000 new cases in one day. On the 29th of June. And they say we're going to spike higher than that.
Yeah.
Well, they better not, because Donnie Boy said that we don't need that many ventilators.
And Ron DeSantis, our lovely Republican governor, has decided that we will not retreat on opening up the state. We're going to continue to remain open and continue to go further in the opening process while we're still having 10,000 cases a day.
I'd like to.
Florida, they're used to people dying.
I'd like to point out that Chris Kelling has yet to die, and he's had his mask on for the last 30 seconds to a minute. So
amazing.
But by the way, has anybody ever noticed how, when people wear a mask, similar to what we're wearing now, that everybody, when just their eyes are showing, everybody is beautiful, everybody's gorgeous.
Yep.
It's when you take the mask off that you go, oh.
Still try to smile at people with the mask on.
Oh, I do that all the time. I smile all day long at people.
Except I don't think that lady that's on the screen right now smiles a lot.
No.
I let my drooling go. I don't have to worry about it.
I like that
absorbent mask.
In the live chat, Philip Sanders says, I like NASCAR, and Brainery says, you spelled NASA wrong. That's awesome. Oh dear. All right. Well, let us. We'll go to T.
Is the Rocket League of NASA.
And is it the case that in Mordor it's all the Nazgul races?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's go to TD Lane and then we'll continue on.
For a final note of our great stall, it just so happens that a very common thing in Japan and East Asia as a whole is to wear masks. Before the pandemic, even. They weren't suffocating to death. So, there you go.
Indeed. All right.
And
So
never was
we
a
are
problem
going.
for Darth Vader.
Yeah, Fred Knotts in the live chat says the new mask smile, raise your eyebrows. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely kind of tell when somebody's trying to smile under a mask. You know, the whole face kind of changes, but yeah.
I just kind of laugh derisively and hysterically under my mask, and then they run away, and I don't have to worry about them.
Oh, that's true. I mean, that's a
but
good
that's because you've
alternative.
got that Ned Slasher aura about you.
That's true.
Oh dear.
Okey-dokey.
All right, well, let's continue on.
Our face to keep us from breathing oxygen, to get us to become sickly.
Drink!
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a Mom NATO first.
I think I'm going to need to go back and get some beer.
I'm sorry. If masks stopped you from breathing oxygen, woman, you'd keel over dead because you're too damn stupid to absorb oxygen through your skin.
So that's why all the doctors are dropping dead in the hospitals, is because
Must
they
be
wear
why.
masks.
I mean, God, they stop you from breathing oxygen.
Yeah, not how that works.
Does she not know what molecules are?
Apparently not.
no
I mean, I really would not put it past her to not know what that is.
I mean, oh my God.
OMG. Indeed.
Better not let her know that she was actually breathing primarily nitrogen.
I know, really.
John Rapp says fake smiles don't activate the muscles around the eyes. Is that why none of my customers realize I'm trying to fake smile at them? Damn it.
Okay, I'm done.
Except the truth behind masks and doctors and stuff, I've worked in ORs, you know, is that when you get to about like 97, 96, by the time you get to 95, all the masks are off. Nobody really cares. It's hard to breathe through those damn things.
All right. Alrighty. TD Lane.
As a note, the primary purpose of cloth masks is to restrict the movement of airborne
Aerosol
germs,
droplets.
not actually stop them. It's supposed to prevent the spread and make it less likely they spread. Oxygen could still get through perfectly fine.
Oxygen atoms are like really tiny compared to like viruses.
Yeah.
I have a complaint about all these anti-mask idiots. They always stand there and pontificate about, you know, that how much oxygen you're deprived of and how much carbon monoxide you produce. You know, you don't produce carbon monoxide, it's carbon dioxide. Jesus.
Right.
Stupid.
Well, they all still insist that carbon dioxide buildup is going to kill them in the mask.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like the "Know Your Role, You Don't Own Us" sign in the background.
Yeah.
That's cute.
That's pretty clever for a flat earther.
All right. We have a super chat from Morton Nielsen for $45 who says if masks stop Karens from wasting oxygen, they should wear them more, not less.
Oh, see, I thought that I just looked at that sign. I thought it was a clever pun that they spelled onus ONUS versus you know that they actually used two different words. Forget it. They're not that clever.
No, not at all. Alrighty, let's see here. We got RJ with the hand up, and then we'll continue on with our video.
Apropos the mentioning of carbon dioxide, it just is a really cool thing that the naked mole rats are actually acclimated to higher carbon dioxide levels and are uncomfortable with too much oxygen around by comparison, and they tend to remain as socially cohesive things and have to be actually kicked out of the nest in order to found separate colonies that way. There was a neat discussion of this on Science Friday today, which everyone should listen to if they do not do that already.
But you know, naked mole rats without having all that fur, they really are great when you fry them up, because all that skin gets really crispy.
Oh, jeez.
It's wonderful.
All right, we're gonna continue on. Moving on.
Move.
Rats on a
science and
stick.
safety. Does anyone care about preserving the liberty of the people who pay your salaries? Some of you are up there smirking and smiling at public comments to which you do not agree.
It's because we smirk and smile at idiots.
Back up where she started.
Gonna say, can we restart that?
If Jen
I
doesn't
missed the stupid.
pass out
Getting
from
drunk
laughing.
Stuff is kind of cool, isn't it?
All right, we're back at our old Karen.
You preach pseudoscience and safety. Does anyone care about preserving the liberty of the people who pay your salaries? Some of you are up there smirking and smiling at public comments to which you do not agree.
Yes.
She is literally reading these comments
Weird
off
statement, yeah.
her phone. This is not an original thought for her.
Yeah.
She couldn't make up an original thought. She had to read it off a phone. And, you know, nobody's taking away your liberty.
Well, now it could be that she wrote it on her phone and was just reading her own written script.
Maybe, but she is definitely a
Yeah,
flat
I know.
earther.
I didn't believe that either.
Yeah, they were obviously smirking long enough for her to type that into her text.
Yeah.
Her script was obviously so worthless she couldn't even write it down on paper.
Exactly. I mean, most logical people would write on note cards what they wanted to say and not look stupid enough to know that everybody knows it's not their speech, it's somebody else's.
Well, as we all know, putting hysterical rants on a modern computer device makes it sound so much more serious than
true.
if it were like on a placard on top of a soapbox.
Very matrixy.
407 years ago, our forefathers brought forth on this continent a new face mask, born of density and well, okay, I'll shut up.
Yeah,
all right.
a tremendous, beautiful face mask. It's
Shadow.
the best face mask in the world.
Shadow.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump to what she first said, which is pseudoscience.
Yeah.
Flat earther.
Not even flat earther, just
Idiot.
dumb fucking moron. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, experts in the science field are not pseudoscience. What masks do are not pseudoscience. The only reason she wants to call it pseudoscience is because, holy shit, it inconveniences her for going to McDonald's and screaming at the manager.
Yeah.
Literally bring up Google Scholar and type in mask.
M-A-S-K or M-A-S-Q-U-E?
It's a good point.
I think we do a new Edgar Allan Poe story about the mask of the red MAGA death.
Or just a new Jim Carrey movie.
Yeah.
T.D. Lane.
It's showtime!
Oh, I
Come on,
don't remember anything in the Constitution about how people have the rights not to wear masks. Don't remember that.
That wasn't written in there? I thought that was in bold letters at
Invisible
the heading.
ink.
I went out yesterday and I put on a green mask, and everybody asked me, "What's that pasty stuff on your face?"
Well, did any of you hear that?
That was a girl joke.
It was a bad joke.
Is now banned singing and chanting in church because they are trying to stop the spread of coronavirus.
Well, they have done some studies and they've shown that singing projects more droplets a greater distance than just normal conversation.
It's basically the same as yelling.
Yeah,
Because it comes from your diaphragm.
You can hear a little virus going, yummy, singing!
And if it's coming from the diaphragm, they've increased the likelihood that they could get pregnant too.
Oh my.
Anyway.
Two girl jokes in a row.
That's true. All right. Shall we continue on?
Yeah, let's hear more. She's going to get, since she was decrying pseudoscience, maybe she's going to tell us some science.
Yeah.
Lacking the hay.
All right, here we go, guys.
The photos, and they're shameful.
They want to throw God's wonderful breathing system out the door. You're all turning.
Breathing system?
Can I point out that it looks like she's having difficulty breathing without a mask?
Oh my
God.
God.
Okay.
She's police person or
Well, by
The
day
security
and,
guard.
and cauldron user by night.
A meter person, perhaps. Shadow, I think you had the hand up there.
Yes. God, how is it throwing away God's breathing system? It's actually aiding it in preventing foreign pathogens from entering the system and decreasing the spread of the foreign pathogen within your system to protect God's creatures.
Oh,
so even according to her religion, it's beneficial.
You know what else? You know what else defeats the God's breathing system? Death.
Yeah.
So there's that. Oh, dear. Chris Kelling, you had the hand up.
Yeah, I'm trying to determine what's going on with that uniform.
She's a rent-a-pig.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing because it looks
like a
like
meter
her,
person.
or maybe a crossing guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either or, something like
But,
that.
I mean, I'm wondering if that hair's regulation or if it's even real.
Yeah, that I'm not sure.
But that's getting into ad hominem. I mean,
Yeah, and it is
really,
Florida after all.
Yeah.
I don't know if she actually has a working brain.
Yeah.
That's
that I'm not
Chris,
sure either.
Chris, you said hominem.
Homonym.
Hominin.
TD
Not
Lane.
yet. I've only had 2 sips of the beer, so.
Okay, so quote unquote, God's breathing system works as such: breathe in, breathe out. I do not see our mask. We'll stop that.
Yeah.
Can we get the next stupid person? All right.
Can I breathe in again?
Yeah.
Breathe in.
All right.
Out.
We're gonna continue on. Anyway, here we go, guys.
Now, you guys keep that up. I'm going to have to start singing.
That's true. He will.
Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in.
All right, we're moving on.
Turn your backs on it.
Next, stupid.
Can you prove that it's good for people to breathe carbon dioxide over and over and over again?
What about PTSD?
Nice cut, Times.
Yes, Jen?
I'm just happy she got the actual thing right and didn't say monoxide.
Yes. Let's go to Jen first.
Actually, it's okay to breathe carbon dioxide over and over and over and over. Did you know that?
It is.
Because
we do it all day.
Because when you breathe enough of it, you pass out, and the body goes to just breathing normally.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's kind of like this built-in system to protect you.
Yeah. Almost like, this is the breathing system she's talking about.
I have more to add to this. The
Mm-hmm.
fact is, if you can suck in air through the mask, then you're going to force air out through the mask. Therefore, you are not breathing carbon dioxide.
You said suck.
Yes. Suck
Sucking
and
in.
blow.
Our Gandalf there on the screen might find that very disturbing to hear.
Indeed.
Suck, blow.
All right. Let's move
I
on.
got my mask on. I'm not passing out from breathing in carbon dioxide, so I don't know
You're
what's going
not?
on.
What? That's insane.
I wore my mask for 5 hours yesterday at a damn car dealership and never once passed out. I feel cheated.
I mean, working out in the heat all day, I wear, a mask, working, 8 to 10 hours in a mask in the heat outside, and it's not been cool. It's been, high 80s, 90s. It's not comfortable. It's not comfortable, but I haven't passed out or died or anything else, so.
Well, you must have. She insisted that.
Apparently. Jeez.
I feel sorry for you for working in 80s and 90s in an area that actually has water in there.
Jessica, we must be super women.
Exactly. We haven't died yet. That's it.
No.
Because we're not God's creatures.
That's right. All right. Let's see what else the next idiot, Karen has to say.
over and over again.
What about PTSD from child abuse situations? I was left in a hot car. You want to cover my face? I'm going to hyperventilate.
Okay.
Yes, Mom.
Did
no.
she say PTSD?
No, she did
No,
say
she
D.
had PTSD.
Yeah, she did say
Okay.
D.
Wearing a mask doesn't cause PTSD.
Well, I mean, by that logic,
No,
is any
no.
time that she's in a hot car, does she have an issue? Like,
So why
I
should leave the
just-
child in the hot car?
No, she's saying she was a child left in a hot car.
I
Maybe
mean,
that's what rotted her brain.
Well, yes, but then does that mean that even without a mask, anytime she gets in a hot vehicle, she has a panic? I mean, by that logic, she should never get in a vehicle again either.
Exactly, in the summertime especially.
Yeah.
I will say that I've had certain friends who they said that when they first started to have to wear the mask, it brought a flashback back from a bad experience, but never once was it, so I'm gonna just stop wearing the mask. It was,
Right.
I just need to work past this.
Yeah.
I mean, the mask itself isn't the problem. The initial feeling of having something covering your mouth.
Yeah, claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can definitely cause issues, but by staying... I was left in a hot car. And Chris, I'm so sorry I cut you off.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm just singing to myself. I just cut me off.
Well, we also.
It's uncomfortable at first,
Yeah.
but you get used to it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's like I said, it's not really comfortable, but it's not something that I'm like, oh my god, I'm not doing this, you know. We had Jenny Morgan with the hand up.
Since this woman has decided to bring it into the legitimate medical realm, I would like to tell a little story. I have COPD and congestive heart failure, and I'm basically not long for the world. It's so bad. And yesterday, I had to go to the hospital for some routine testing, pulmonary stuff, breathing testing. And even with my history and the fact that if I wear a mask and I walk around, even indoors with the air conditioning, I begin to have problems breathing, the hospital still made me wear a mask while I was in their building.
Yep.
And if I can do that, so can some babe who gets panicky because she was in a hot car when she was a toddler.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, honey, grow up.
My mom has some similar issues as you. She's got COPD and emphysema and is required to wear oxygen when she sleeps. So, wearing a mask for her is very difficult, but anytime she goes out, she puts that mask on.
Yeah.
And she doesn't complain about it except to say, oh my gosh, it's hot. I have to take a minute and breathe because I'm having trouble, but she still does it without whining.
Yeah.
And then the other time I always wear a mask is, during sex, but that's a different story.
Different kind of mask.
Don't
Yeah,
forget,
yes.
if you cut a hole in a wall, according to New York City, that is safe sex now.
Yes, I did read
More
that.
rules are safe sex.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, according to New York, a physical barrier like a wall is plenty sufficient to protect you.
I'm not no concern. I haven't heard anything from Tornado for a while. You awake, buddy?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Oh dear.
He put on the mask and he's passed out from lack of
That's
oxygen.
right. All right.
He's FZ right now.
Chris Kelling.
Yes. Well, I'm thinking PTSD. Really? Do you wake up at night because you've had nightmares of being locked in a hot car? I was a kid in the 70s. Okay, my mom used to go into the grocery store for half an hour, 45 minutes, leave me in the car with the window cranked, and that car did not have air conditioning either, so she wouldn't leave the keys or anything like that. And Well, I guess I'm a bad example because of the way it turned out. But
I just want to be
nonetheless,
clear that I am not trying to discount or invalidate her PTSD.
Right.
I'm trying to invalidate her using it as a weapon in a discussion of this nature.
I agree. All I have to say
it's a
to
very
her,
real situation, and I hope that she's able to work it out at some point.
same here. I mean,
but
someone who's gone through combat has PTSD. I mean, as a member of the Civil Air Patrol, I was part of the Critical Incident Stress Management team, and we were put into situations where we'd be finding dead bodies and potentially finding dead bodies or other stressful situations. And that whole idea was to be able to help manage that and have people recognize what was the symptoms of stress that could manifest in different ways of people, and the fact that they had people that they could go to talk to
right.
Help this out. That is PTSD, not the fact that, I'm sitting up here and I remember when I was put in a hot car.
Well, and so the part that go ahead, Jen.
No, continue.
I just had one other thing I wanted to say on that. Will she feel better if we take her to McDonald's and get her a Happy Meal?
Probably not.
Possibly
and
not.
Tornado was asleep.
Yeah.
Poor little kid.
I think it's important to say that people get PTSD for a lot of reasons. It's not just something as serious and horrible as combat.
Correct.
When I was a child, I was kidnapped by a neighbor and put into a crawl space in their attic that was about 3 foot by 4 foot, with the door closed in the dark and hot in the summer. And I have issues from that. And so I'm not going to discount her PTSD from something that's so seemingly minor.
Right.
But I'm just discounting it for her to be using it as a weapon against something that's really not related.
Well,
to being stuck in a hot car. This is about surviving as a species on this planet.
So, I mean, my point on everything is this. There are people who, for whatever reason, are, being deemed medically exempt from wearing a mask, which, look, if that's what you've discussed between you and your doctor, that's fine. But people don't understand the fact that because they're medically exempt, it doesn't mean that they can just walk into a store without a mask. The stores have to accommodate these people in other ways, either by shopping for them or ringing them up, perhaps, curbside or outside, or, giving them some kind of an alternative, not to just allow them to walk into the store without a mask because they don't want to wear one. And I think that's the part that people seem to miss. All the time I hear, I'm not, I'm medically exempt. I don't have to wear a mask. Okay, that's fine. But then you also don't have to come into the store. We'll find an alternative way to shop for you.
And there's several different apps for
Yeah.
ordering groceries.
Yeah, I mean, even not just groceries. I mean, I work in electronics retail, and, you know, even since the beginning of the pandemic, we've been doing curbside. You know, you order your item online or over the phone, or, you know, if you absolutely can't do either of those, we'll bring the item outside where you can get wrung out, you know, at a terminal far away. Like, there's plenty of accommodations, you know, and just saying that you're medically exempt doesn't mean that you can just walk freely into the store without a mask. You still, you know, you still have to, people still need to be protected. And I feel like they tend to forget that part of it. They just assume, oh, I'm medically exempt, I can walk in without a mask. No, that's not how it works. TD Lane, you had your hand up?
Yeah, on the subject of medical exemption, there are people that actually do have issues so severe that they would be able to wear a mask. My father would have been one of those people because he had pulmonary fibrosis. He literally died because he was suffocated to death.
Right.
It is awful, but as you said, you can literally
just order things. Most things nowadays can be ordered. And yes, the selection sometimes isn't as good, especially of groceries. But you make do.
Right.
This is not just about your comfort or what you can get. It's about not only your well-being, but all of society.
Well, there have been accommodations made for people like me who are on food stamps, where you can now use your food stamps on Amazon, you can use it at Walmart to buy food, and they will either do curbside pickup so that you can not have to get out of your car, or they have delivery drivers, DoorDash, that kind of shit, where they'll bring it to you.
Instacart, all that kind of stuff.
Reasonable excuse for people to sit there and say, I don't have to wear a mask.
Well, not only, it's not even just, I don't have to wear a mask. Okay, then don't wear a mask. But then it doesn't mean you can just walk in freely without one either. It's very black and white, and they're making it not that.
Right. If you can't tolerate wearing a mask, call one of your friends, give them give them your grocery list. They have a mask. They do your shopping for them. You give them a few bucks for doing their shopping, and they drop off your food.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reasonable excuse.
And we'll go to TD Lane, and then we'll continue on.
I left my hand up. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Then we will continue on.
I pulled a tornado.
Oh, jeez. All right, here we go, guys.
Because I remember being stuck in that hot car. What about people like me? We don't matter because of the greater good, right?
I own a firearms business. Now, I think you might agree with me that it would be ludicrous for me to allow someone into my shop to purchase a firearm who's wearing a mask, whose face I cannot see.
That was a pretty...
That was synchronous.
Yeah. We'll go to Shadow first. We haven't heard from Shadow in a while.
Okay. I'm sorry. She's worried about selling her guns during a mass pandemic with, protests going on. And the masks are her concern. Not that maybe she should be closed down for the time being, or that, her staff might get sick. No, it's the masks. And how do I know that I'm selling to a good right-wing conservative instead of one of those damn liberals?
Yeah.
No.
God help her, a black person.
Yeah, I don't mind which way she's leaning, but judging by Florida and the whole gun owner thing and a bunch of the pins, I'm just taking a wild guess.
Yeah. And Mom Nato.
Okay, along with Shadow, she's more concerned about people coming in wearing masks because of the pandemic versus wearing masks to rob her. Wearing a mask because they don't want to be recognized or whatever. And again, concealed weapons in Florida, you don't have to have you have to have a permit for it, but you don't have to tell anybody unless they stop you that you've got a concealed weapon. And I know for a fact, because I have a friend who has a concealed and carry license, and anytime he got in his car, anytime he went anywhere, he had a gun on him. And that made me uncomfortable because I don't like guns. I know how to shoot a gun. I know how to handle a gun and a rifle and a shotgun because my mom made sure we knew how. But I don't have a gun in my house.
Right.
Because guns and the people, it's not the guns that are dangerous, it's the people who have them. So she's more worried about masks because of the pandemic versus people getting hold of her guns and using them in a rally, a riot, whatever.
Yeah. And TD Lane.
Bump stocks, perfectly fine, completely fine. Masks, God help me, those are instruments of Satan.
Yeah, it sounds about something like that. Yeah, pretty much.
St. None's a 308, by the way.
Ah, good to know.
I'm surprised he doesn't know a AK-47.
Yeah.
I thought saying owned a Plank 44.
All right, shall we continue on?
Sure.
Yeah.
See, we will get together and do a citizen's arrest on every single human being that goes against the freedom of choice. Okay? You cannot mandate. You literally cannot mandate somebody to wear a mask knowing that mask.
Well,
Yes,
the finger
they
alone.
can.
Yeah, no, they literally can.
I know my
Without
rights.
stopping them.
Yeah, they literally can mandate it. Mom NATO?
They can mandate it. They have mandated it. That's why it's no shirt, no shoes, no service, no mask. You can't get your fucking ass in the damn door.
Well, yeah, and
So,
I like the people that complain, you know.
Stop pointing your little
Yeah.
tiny finger at everybody and saying, I can do what I want, like a whiny little child.
Well, it's funny, these same people that are complaining about, you know, you can't make me wear a mask. Well, I'm pretty sure they make you wear pants. You know, like
exactly.
like
What's the
they're
difference?
right, like this is not that difficult.
Well, I want to know who the we are going to arrest all of you is,
all
and where
this-
the hell you're going to put 90% of the population in jail.
Well, most of the jails are trying to figure out what they're supposed to do with their inmates to keep sickness from spreading in the jails. Well, I know for a fact inmates are given masks and made to wear them.
And Shadow, you had your hand up?
Yeah, legally, they actually can't make a citizen's arrest because
Yeah.
citizen's arrests are actually a brief holding period waiting for police to arrive. Therefore, making a citizen's arrest, if they do so unlawfully, they will end up in jail where they, like Mom NATO stated, will have to wear a mask. And if they're not, they're fined and given more time and put in isolation.
Right.
Yep.
So, how much do you want to bet that this lady doesn't know what a citizen's arrest is?
Oh, I have a high suspicion.
I have a high suspicion she also doesn't understand what the term mandate means.
Yeah.
I believe she thinks that it means that legally enforced and jail time provided, which not the case. Mandated means you can be fined, just like
Anybody
speed
else.
limits are mandated.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably one. She's probably one of those people who goes around screaming states' rights, doesn't realize that the states then have the power to mandate wearing a mask.
Yep.
All the
He's
states' right
probably-
people are all about
Oh.
states' rights until the states do stuff they don't like. They're like, yeah, overstepping my boundaries.
No, see, I guarantee she's one of the people that goes, well, if they followed the law, they wouldn't get in trouble with the police.
Exactly. She looks
And
like
yet
that
they're
kind of
going, I'm not going to follow the law.
I like in the live chat, Jinzu says, people make me wear pants. I thought I wore pants to keep my willy warm.
Depends where you live.
Yeah, that's
What
true.
else is the point of wearing pants?
You know, just to keep things in where they're supposed to be.
The half pockets.
Just to keep things from forcing other people to look at that ugly piece of flesh.
Oh,
Good
jeez.
Lord, put that thing away.
So I don't have to shave my leg.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's very true.
I can't tell you the number of scars I have when I was learning to shave my legs.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The
We
only
have Chris
downside is it
Kelling
looks
with
like
the
my
hand up.
Yeah.
I hate
was
shaving my
wondering-
armpits. That's the really tough.
Jen.
The armpits.
You're
oh, man,
interrupting,
that
Jen.
sucks. Oh, I'm sorry.
The I was wondering if we could put a gag order on her, and
Ooh.
then she would be wearing a mask and shutting up at the same time.
That's true.
Good point, Chris.
But the thing is that she says they're going to do a citizen's arrest on anyone who's wearing a mask. So and you're talking about freedom of choice, which really is not something that was guaranteed by the Constitution. Won't go into that. But you're taking that choice away from me to wear a mask?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always.
I know where she stands. She should just sit there and look pretty.
Yeah. RJ, you had your hand up?
Yeah, I was just wondering, if somebody wanted to bake a cake with 2 people each wearing masks on it, then would she be okay with them not dealing with the cake issue?
Probably.
What about her surgeon? She's getting surgery. Surgeon can't wear a mask?
Yeah, let's have some. Yeah, there's several people, John Oliver and others, I think, have pointed that out. Yes, somehow or other, those nasty communist surgeons wanting to wear masks in the middle of my thing. Yeah, and let's not bother about the sterilizing the knives either.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Jenny Morgan, you had your hand up?
No, I put my hand down. I forgot what I was going to say.
Let's
Yeah,
just
that's actually
that's
a great point. Sorry, go ahead.
Let's just back up medical advancement 300 years, and then we can go back to the bone saws and shit.
Yeah.
That we're constantly
Leeches
infecting other people and causing all sorts of problems.
See, now I've brought this up before. They still use leeches that are legitimate medical reasons.
Oh yeah,
They do.
actually true, but not
Yes.
the general bloodletting thing.
Yes.
Yes. Bloodletters. Not
Yes, that is not still done.
Okay.
Yes, the humors and the vapors that cause women to go into histrionics. But of course, that was when they first created the vibrator for women to release their humors in a positive manner.
Well, so far none of these ladies have been very humorous.
I know.
Well, and again, there's people. There was a group of people that had a COVID party where they all got together and, wanted to see that, wanted to prove that nobody was going to get sick. And sure enough, most of them got sick.
Some college students in Alabama.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was expected, honestly.
But so, I mean, the point of that is, look, if you're all that stupid and this is what you want to do, like, you're just all dumb. But don't go out and infect the people that are trying to stay safe. That's the main thing. If you want to be stupid, go be stupid. It's survival of the fittest at that point. Darwinism at its best.
I heard that Alabama has been designated Darwin's modern laboratory. Is that true?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, there have been a variety of COVID-19 petri dishes moving around with SUVs and others traveling from one place to another and putting on little red hats and that. They're in honor of the red virus. And so, and the little viruses are very, very happy. These crowds, yummy.
Yeah.
Don't forget the natural selection experiment called Dinosaur Adventureland.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if it's one thing to, not give a crap about your own life or, a group of people, willing to take that chance. But that doesn't mean that you can go out and just, infect people that are trying to stay safe. Like, that's not how that works. TD Lane, you had your hand up?
Yes, RJ actually had an excellent point with his surgeon bit. Because surgeons work for hours with masks on. I don't see them collapsing from lack of oxygen.
Yeah.
They're just pretending not to collapse.
Yeah, they don't complain about this stuff. Like, seriously.
I've seen some affected pretty badly with alcohol, but
yeah,
masks, no.
And Chris Kelling, you had your hand up?
Yeah, I was just wondering if we could submit this to Seti Tai Alpha for his next full retard video.
Yeah. It comes pretty close, I think. Alright, well, yeah, we are. So this video, the one that I downloaded, there's actually a couple versions of this video floating around. Sean Hufford says, I've been inspired now. I blame the panel. Parody. Machine head. Bush. COVID head.
I'm beginning to think that I'm not going to get much science on the rest of this video.
No, I don't think so. So this, like I said, this video, there's a couple of variants of this video, different just cut versions and stuff like that. This is the short version. It's only 2 minutes and 42 seconds long.
How far have we gotten?
A minute and 56 seconds.
Oh, okay.
So we're doing good.
I knew we were coming up to the end.
Up your asses.
Team Skeptic did a.
Yeah, so
did a
Team
thing
Skeptic
on this,
used the full, or at least more of the full video, rather than the shortened one. So there was a couple in my video that he didn't put in his. I don't know if he cut them or if they weren't in his video. But yeah, it's similar. It's the same meeting and everything. It's just differently cut. But yeah, so we are close-ish to the end of this one.
Well,
So
let's move on and finish.
They follow the form of rant, gibberish, rant.
yes, exactly.
The Kent Hovind Nephilim free format.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
who,
well,
by the way,
that's
also
bad.
has conspiracy theories about COVID-19.
Oh, I
And
don't
Douglas
doubt it.
Max, the intelligent design advocate, says that we're over the top and we don't have to worry the social distancing thing and the disease is as bad as everybody says. So for some strange reason, anti-evolutionists seem to have a problem dealing with the epidemiology of a virus.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially seeing how we surpassed the previous peak. So
Oh, and let's not forget, we are still on the first wave of the virus.
Oh yeah.
A second wave after the first wave has completed itself, and we haven't even finished the first
Yeah, that
fucking
could be
wave.
this fall when we get a double
We'll-
flu and COVID.
Yeah, we will be lucky if we don't have people dropping dead from a combination of COVID-19 and the flu, or COVID-19 and pneumonia.
Things are so bad. The
bronchitis.
Europeans have put a ban on Americans coming into Europe.
Yeah. I was about to ask, like, how many countries are literally putting a ban on travel from America?
So far, I know the European Union has.
The entire European Union. Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone
And
with
Mexico.
Ah,
All right.
Hey,
Well,
Mexico could build a wall to keep us from coming down there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they can make America pay for it.
Yeah.
And frame it as America building a wall and making Mexico pay for
Yeah,
it.
they
It's
already
genius.
got 3 miles of new wall built to add on to that. So
Oh, fact card.
Yeah, and a bunch
We
of stored
probably
properties
only
as well.
have 11 drinks because tornadoes asleep.
Yeah.
well, you
Alright.
could put a couple honorary drinks just because these people are not merely incredibly stupid like flat earthers, but they're dangerous to the public
Yeah,
welfare.
they
Yeah.
are definitely dangerous.
Yeah, flat earthers we could care less about, but these people are trying to kill us.
yeah, exactly.
We got naked in the chat.
No longer.
Naked person in chat.
He's a
Oh
shill.
God, no!
He's a shill.
Oh my god.
Aren't there laws
How
against that?
controversial.
No, I guess they're not. according
He's
to
one
the
of them.
lady on the-
He's one of them shills. He's no longer naked.
No naked colon?
No naked colon.
I never want to see a naked colon.
All right. Well, shall we continue on?
Yeah,
Yes.
get some science.
I suppose.
I don't
All
think
right.
there's any science in this. So.
Here
I
we
kind of-
go.
my hope is getting pretty damn dim.
Here we go, guys.
Mask is killing people.
You're not God, and since masks are harmful, where there is risk, there should be
Incorrect.
choice. You're removing our freedoms and stomping on our constitutional rights by these
Drink,
communist
drink.
dictators.
Mom NATO was first on that one, I think.
There is nothing in the Constitution that says you can't force us to wear masks. So get over it, bitch.
Yeah.
Really, we are not stomping on anybody's rights. We are. Nothing in the Constitution covers the physical well-being of everybody around you to make you wear a mask. We're not stomping on freedom. We are simply saying, hey, to keep other people from getting sick, especially if you yourself are sick with the virus, wear a fucking mask.
Yep.
Simple, plain, easy English.
And Shadow, you had your hand up?
Yes, all these people complaining about, okay, like you're stomping on our rights. Are these the same people that tell women that they shouldn't have easy access to contraception?
Yep.
Yes.
These the same people telling men that it's okay for them to have sexual thoughts on women, but women have to cover their shoulders and
Yeah.
wear long skirts.
Yep.
Yep. So what they're saying is they have the right to protest this because they feel this way, but nobody else has any other rights and so help you if you disagree with them, you're un-American and blah, 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 blah.
They were going to wear their double standard sash, but they forgot it today.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of people say, about, it's taking away our freedoms and taking away our choice and all this. But then these are the same, there's a lot of people that also sit there and say in the same breath, that women should not have a choice or whatever it might be, and it's very, you can't pick and choose what choices you want to give people.
Yeah,
You're either...
It's like, I want to be like, okay, if you want the choice whether or not you wear the mask, I get to have the choice on what the hell I get to do with my body, because that's
Right.
not in the Constitution either.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And TD Lane, you had your hand up? TD Lane?
TD. Are you muted, TD?
TD, did we lose you?
My mic, but I guess I failed miserably.
I
rolled a one.
thought you were wearing your mask too long.
No, I rolled a one and turning my mic back on.
Fumbled.
The wearing restrictive, overly covering, and extremely hot clothing worked so well for the Victorian English at stopping rate, and it's worked so well for the Muslims at stopping rate, and worked so well all the other times it's been instituted as being prudent and against sin at, stopping those sexual feelings and rape.
Yeah.
Wait, it hasn't.
Exactly.
It literally just does nothing.
And I like what
and remember, the core of prudent is crude.
I like the point that Chris Costolas brings up in chat, which is a point that I make quite often. You know what takes away all of your freedoms and choices? Death.
Death.
Yeah. People don't seem to understand that either. That it's not a joke. If you contract this disease, you're not.
Well,
I wonder.
Well, now how do we know?
I wonder if all of the people who were not wearing masks when they went out, if there were police officers saying, okay, you're not wearing a mask, you're going to get a ticket for you're going to get arrested for attempted murder.
Well,
because what would happen? Because that is exactly the possibility of someone with coronavirus going out. Everybody has a chance to get a severe reaction to the coronavirus that kills them.
Well, that would be assuming that the person knows that they have coronavirus. At best, to begin with, you could only charge them with, say,
attempted manslaughter,
disorderly conduct, or
right.
or
Reckless endangerment.
Yeah.
Reckless endangerment.
Yeah,
That's a good
something
one.
like that. Sure.
But still, and then they prove to have coronavirus, then they could be charged. But the whole point is
again, if they knew it or not premeditatively.
Yeah.
Yeah, but attempted manslaughter, whatever. The point is if everybody who wasn't wearing a mask started getting tickets, what kind of outcry would there be?
Well, in Northern Hollywood, effective yesterday, actually, they started issuing citations to anyone not wearing a mask in public.
Good.
I did see
and
that.
The outcry today in the town I live in, there were protests. I actually posted a picture in the chat earlier today. People literally sitting there going, "You can't make me wear a mask."
Well, then every single one of them will continue to get citations. And those citations will add up along with the monetary cost.
First offense is $300.
How?
Yeah.
Good God.
I bet they'll shut up once the money starts piling up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, shall we continue on?
Yes.
No, let's listen to Chris's conversation.
Chris.
He's singing.
Chris.
Sorry?
You're singing. You're kind of a mellow, tipsy person, aren't you?
Well, there's a song by Rush, and Rush is one of my favorite groups. And I was told by some friends today that they're Canadian, they don't matter.
All right. Well, shall we continue on?
Well, that's not true.
That was more of a joke,
but they matter some.
They matter more than Nickelback.
Well, I was just thinking the song Trees.
I love Nickelback.
I like Nickelback.
You know, it's like the maples are getting all upset with the oaks because the oaks are taking up all the sunlight, and so then they unionized, and now everybody's equal because everybody gets chopped down by saw and axe and stuff like that. So.
All right,
I like Taylor Swift too.
We're gonna move on. All right, here we go, guys.
Leadership orders or laws you want to mandate.
The measure was approved.
Well, yeah.
We know that mandatory masking works. We've seen it work in other communities. We know that it stops the spread of COVID. We are at a crisis point.
Nobody's mentioned death. I've lost a son to this disease. I lost a grandmother and a grandfather to this disease. And I have 3 people on respirators right now.
I just have to pause for a quick second, just to mention that I agree with her sentiment, and she's right, but she took the mask off to talk, which now she's probably spitting all over the mic.
Well, she may be one of these people who has a really hard time speaking through a mask.
Also, if you notice on the microphone, they have covers that they replace
every time somebody speaks.
Yeah.
No, those are
Mic
like
condom?
a spit cover, a wind cover. It's a foam thing that goes over a microphone to
No,
keep the
if you-
popping and the sibilant S's down.
I don't think it's a
there's
pop
another-
filter, but I think it is some kind of cover. It just seems slightly ironic.
Well, there is
It's
a
a condom
secondary
for the microphone.
yeah, there is a secondary cover over that.
Yeah, they
She-
started using those a lot.
She does have a very interesting fashion sense.
She does.
She pink
Yes.
and polka dots.
I don't
I
know.
love it.
I don't know which stands out more, her glasses or the dress.
Yeah.
Or
Her
the shirt.
glasses
I
are
can't tell if
really
it's the dress
similar.
It-
And she's
it's
got
a
a black
look.
purse.
All right. We'll finish up the video. It's only got 5 seconds left.
It's real.
Thank you, ma'am, for your comments today.
Yeah, that's it. So anyway, that is
Yay! Woohoo!
interesting to say the least.
Holy cow.
My God, it's only 10:37.
Yeah, we it only took us an hour and a half to get through a 3-minute video, so that was pretty impressive. All right, let's see. This
We're
can
setting
get
records here.
deleted. We are.
Yeah,
Record.
really.
This
We
one
still
can
have a
get
whole hour before people start getting
deleted.
tired.
I've been
I was gonna say, wait, that's been since the beginning.
Plus, I'm pretty sure Tornado is set the record for quickest pass out.
Yeah.
I know.
I
Well,
learned
he got
something
his
important
intro
today.
in, so
With
Well,
this,
I don't
with
know.
this
Hillel could do
drinking-
that pretty well.
I learned something important today with this drinking alcohol stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
When they say don't mix that with like hydrocodone and stuff, they mean it.
Hydrocodone? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And never mix your normal alcohol with battery acid.
Mm.
Ooh, no.
Just
No,
a safety tip.
I've actually made the mistake of having a glass of wine after having to take hydrocodone tablets. I'm a really
unpleasant.
cheerful and pleasant tipsy person to begin with.
Yeah.
But oh my God, did I go over the top that day?
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, my husband kept me in the house, so I wasn't streaking down the street.
Ooh, I've done streaking. Isn't that fun?
Well, I certainly found my clothes in very unusual places that
Yeah.
time. So yeah.
Oh, I don't know if that was then streaking, if that was just debauchery. That sounds more like.
No, my husband said I was so out of it I couldn't manage to do any debauching.
No, see, streaking is when all your clothes end up in the same place in the van that you use to pull up to whatever you're going to streak.
Yeah, no.
When they're all over the place, that's debauchery. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what if you try to mix it together with like hibachi debauchery?
Then you end up, then you up with
that's painful.
Naked with second-degree burns.
I was gonna say that's like trying to cook bacon with your shirt off. Not smart or.
Ooh, I'm still recovering from having done that.
Benihana,
No.
debauchery, hibachi, yeah.
No, I don't think so, Sparrow. Me being tipsy is not very friendly.
I was doing
I mean-
bacon while I was naked, and I got this huge splatter that landed right on the part of my body where the waistband of whatever I'm wearing rides,
Oh goodness.
and it has taken forever to heal.
Mm.
It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Personally, I still think the best level of drunk to be is the so drunk that at 2 a.m. you decide you want to go for a jog to buy donuts.
Oh, that's bad.
Now,
Yeah.
have you ever heard Larry Miller's 5 stages of drinking?
No. What are the 5
Look
stages
it up
of drinking?
because it is probably gonna be one of the most hilarious things you've ever seen.
Oh, you bring it, and then you can't deliver the. That's Jocus Interruptus, and it's very cruel.
Yeah, really.
Oh, your
That's
little
worse
pug.
than coitus interruptus.
The little puggy. Look at the little pug.
Little pug, oh kitty.
He's so cute. And Pirate Kitty, because why not? Pirate Kitty's cute.
Arr, kitty.
I actually watched Pirates of the Caribbean last night. I think I should finish it tonight
you
since
mean
I fell
Pirates
asleep.
of the Caribbean?
Caribbean, yes.
Caribbean.
Indeed.
No, my cat regularly plays Arr, kitty by laying on my shoulder.
Yeah.
It would.
Kitty want a dolly?
Well, then there's the fact if I'm wearing my robe, because I've got a really thick, soft, fleshy robe, he likes to crawl in my robe to sleep. when I'm wearing it.
I have a question for our dear TD Lane. TD, I was reading in the chat. If Cambridge, Massachusetts, is overtly conservative, what the hell is Alabama?
Oh no, I was referring to Louisiana.
Oh, all right.
Louisiana is a weird one. Like, on the one hand, they have a lot of very, liberal areas, like most of New Orleans.
Yeah.
Into the boonies you get, the more Bible belty it gets.
Yes.
Yeah, like, it's one of the most conservative, like, backwards conservative states, but it also has one of the most progressive cities.
Yes.
Which
the
I think
swamplands.
I think it's partly
Texas has
because
Austin.
I think it's partly because New Orleans basically got wiped out by a hurricane, and the then conservative president really did a bad job of actually helping with that.
I mean, he did, and yet he still handled it better than the current president is handling anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
How bad do you have to be for Bush to look good?
Oh, I read a statement today that was an hour old, about 4 hours ago, so it's about 6 hours old. Biden is leading against Trump in electoral battleground states by 39 points.
I hear Ohio is still right on the edge, though. Could go one way or the other.
The last electoral mix that I could see, when you look at how unpopular he is in each individual electoral state, Trump is not capable of being reelected under those circumstances. But until it's done, I'm taking nothing for granted.
7 months to go.
Till it's done, and he's walked out of it, and he's standing on the corner of Pennsylvania Avenue in 1600.
Oh, he's already said he's going to refuse to leave.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, see, you could just say it's fake news. And then we have a constitutional crisis, and the Supreme Court will have to order his arrest, and he'll have to be taken to Guantanamo, and it'll be,
I mean, watching the Capitol Guard literally drag him out will be hilarious.
Oh, yes.
I'll buy popcorn for that.
Yes.
And the White House chefs coming out and spitting on him.
Oh, can the buff black guy literally just carry him out?
Oh, please.
By the way, one of Donald Trump's kids' girlfriend has just tested positive for COVID.
Shocker.
Closer and closer.
Honestly, I'm half expecting, when the day comes for him to finally leave, the FBI to call Iran and go, "You have that arrest warrant? Here you go."
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Oh, dear.
As long as he dies in prison, I'll be happy.
Let's steer away.
Oh, I want him to live a long life. I want him to live as long as Herbert Hoover into his 90s. But I want him to all of his money first.
I wish no death upon anybody.
I want him to die long before me, so I have the opportunity to piss on his grave.
I wonder if we can get that. I wonder if we can get some Russian bounty money for him.
Oh.
No.
Ooh. No, he's friends with Putin, and he's not been in the military.
friends.
All right. Well, we're gonna do our wrap ups.
Should we say he's fuck buddies with Putin?
Yes.
We're going to do our wrap ups. So let's start with Mom NATO.
I think Putin probably has better taste than that.
I don't think so, but yeah. Bye, guys. Thank you for joining us at movie night. Everybody, hug your pug.
A good little pug.
It's like a new form of punching the cobra. Shadow, what do you have to say?
Bye. Also, do not forget that tomorrow we are doing Game of Fools. We're doing an early night due to my dogs and the fireworks. So we're looking at like 9:15, 9:30 Eastern. So
Shadow, I heard something semi-disturbing. This game that everybody seems to love, Cards Against Humanity. Now, I have not played it, so I do not know the details of it, but I understand that there are some things that are really quite cold-hearted as far as talking about things like death of certain minorities and populations and things like this. What I heard is that it has fired people from their staff who are considered liberal, that it's actually an extremely conservative organization that's put this card game together, and for them it's not a game, it's serious.
I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that either. I mean, the actual Cards Against Humanity, we don't actually play real Cards Against Humanity. We're using a separate third party that creates the cards and allows you to create cards.
How did they get more subscribers?
Original Cards Against Humanity was actually started by a group of college kids. It was a Kickstarter.
Well, there's conservative college kids too, and they tend to be the most ignorant.
It's a rather non-political. If you do it in the right manner, it's non-political. It's more of how disgusting can you get, how humorous, and can you make something that is just totally against any kind of decency. It's really quite fun.
Honestly, it's an equal opportunity asshole, basically. They make fun of everybody, including conservatives. Like, they make fun of Rush Limbaugh, Donald Trump, George Bush, but they also make fun of President Obama, Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
Like, they don't play favorites on the cards.
It doesn't do any good to subscribe to me. I never post any videos, people.
I do post videos, but not as many as I want to.
Yeah, no, I will never post videos. I have no camera, so
that does limit your
audio.
Yeah, so there rather we don't see that.
Do some audiobooks. Yeah.
Well, let's talk to Sean Hufford. He says he hates inspiration. First verse is written.
I was gonna say fuck you all.
But say it with a smile.
Yeah. You didn't.
Smile is in the lyrics.
You didn't say it on camera, so we can't see you to know if you mean it.
Well,
I have the advantage. I just have to go in the next room to see it. Don't worry, he means it. But what did you think of our friends here tonight?
Yeah, I was actually for like the last 15 minutes actually writing lyrics, so
That's
I
true.
apologize, everybody, but it's all your guys' fault.
Yeah.
It's always our fault.
That's true.
I think it's very unlikely that the people that make Cards Against Humanity are conservative, as they put proceeds towards Clinton campaign and have actively protested the Trump administration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, like,
How was that?
I'm just saying what I heard on the internet, which of course is always factual.
Obviously. Yeah. All right. Well, let's go over to Chris Kelling.
Well, tonight was
interesting.
Rather, what should I say, merciful.
Yeah.
On brain cells, and I think on everybody else's brain cells as well. And but yes, please join us tomorrow night over on Shadow's channel. Shadow, you should put the link for your channel in
she did
side chat.
Actually, Amika Nuts did.
Yes.
And then normally it's 10:45, and we usually get going on a little bit after 11 o'clock. But in difference to the fact that they got dogs that don't like fireworks, you know, well, never mind. It is going to be an earlier time, so you know, it gives us more time to be with the family during the fireworks too. I guess I don't know.
Super chat.
Yes, we have a $4.99 super chat from our very own Shadow. Thank you, Shadow, who says, "Thanks, Amiga Nuts, for being super awesome and sharing our channels." Yes, thank you so much for that, Amiga Nuts. I do appreciate it. You know, I love when people go above and beyond and, you know, and share things and, you know, share the panel member links or share the Twitter posts or, you know, retweet whatever the hell you call that shit. And, you know, that means a lot to me. I do appreciate that kind of support. So thank you, everybody, for that. And then we will go over to RJ.
Hi, I'm doing Evolution Hour every Wednesday, so you can subscribe to that. I make absolutely no money on it, although you can support it through the Patreon. I got three books out. One with our Jackson Wheat on The Rocks Were There. Get the books. If you want to have a nice fictional escape from 2020, and isn't 2020 a really pissy little year? You can escape to 1872 Jules Verne and enjoy all of that. And flit around in atomic-powered crafts and submarines and unusual watches and whatever it is that's in the boxes in Chicago.
I have a question, RJ. Are there plenty of pictures in your book or pop-up art?
Oh no, I wish there could be. Although there are a few folk that I have shared the illustrated version of the Paralogs of Fog with, because I had a whole bunch of pictures, period photographs that I had no rights to use in the book, but that were appropriate for the actual thing, and so there's actually an illustrated version of it.
Interesting.
I have a question as well.
Yeah.
RJ, I was told that your initials RJ stand for Righteous Jokes.
Oh, that could be, but it's actually Rulin James.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. An old Mormon name, Rulin, and there is an Olympic weightlifter named Rulin. So it does.
You're an old Mormon, really?
No.
Oh, he's an old Mormon.
Although the family comes from a bunch of Mormons, there even is a polygamous Downard in the family tree back in the 19th century.
Oh yeah, there's thousands of people who know that.
Somebody else, but that all disappeared by the time I came along.
Interesting. Well, thank you for sharing, RJ.
Yeah. Anyway, get my books.
Yes. Go buy RJ's books.
And if you already have my books, tell everybody you know about the books and tell them to get the books.
Indeed.
Are they available
on
on audiobooks? On Audible?
Unfortunately, not yet. I'm about a third of the way through recording the audiobook version of The Paralogs of Fog. And that is still a project to do. Theoretically, I would want to do even audiobooks of the science stuff, but that's trickier to do. I'll have to really revamp the text in that because it's kind of hard to do footnotes.
I'm completely illiterate, so I need audibles.
All right.
What's this one, edibles?
Audibles, not
Audibles,
edibles.
not edibles.
Or you can have an edible audible, but that's something else entirely.
Sorry.
Actually, on a digression on polygamy, an interesting topic is actually why we consider polygamy to be bad in religious circles and such.
Because they adopted the Roman monogamy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's an interesting little digression.
The Romans didn't mind how many mistresses you had, but you only were supposed to have one official wife.
Right.
See, I'm thinking as far as that polygamy. You're talking polygamy, not something else. Never mind.
And what's the opposite of polygamy?
Monogamy.
No. When you have a woman with many husbands. There are some cultures that do that.
I thought
too.
that was
very rare. Polyandry.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It's much rarer than polygamy because men are bastards.
Yeah.
True.
Well,
who the hell want more than one?
Yeah.
Exactly.
One is
true. And in part, that also signals back to the whole notion of monarchies and the idea about how you can tell paternity, which is why the king could fool around and create illegitimate kids, but the queen can't do that because how do you know then that that's actually the king's son?
Right.
The king's kid. So that's why they were very double standardy about that kind of thing.
Have you ever noticed on the royal family of England that they all seem to have weak chins and that nose? I was just
I think they're werewolves. Too.
Oh, it pops up anything because of the degree of inbreeding. Not as bad as it got in Victoria's time, but there was the famous inbreeding episodes with the Habsburg lip. The Habsburgs, if you look at the later kings in the line, they got this protruding bit, and then there, of course, in the Egyptian context, they marrying your sister was required to become the pharaoh. So that produced a great deal of inbreeding there. So there was a tendency to obesity.
But wasn't that more
Cleopatra's
of a political?
dad was or granddad, I think, was nicknamed Fatty.
Wasn't that more of a political thing, so you wouldn't lose the lands that have already been accumulated?
Well, no, the primogenitor thing about the spreading of there was a difference between societies that when you died, you split all of your land up amongst all of your kids versus the primogenitor system where you only gave it to one kid. And so different cultures did that kind of thing. I can't remember whether the French did one or the other. There was a whole, sorry for the historical digression in facts here, but there was a long before the 19th century, by which time the various royal families and things had deteriorated a lot, and there were a lot fewer princes and dukes and all that crap. But there had been a deterioration of this all in the Middle Ages because it was really hard to maintain a royal household as the culture went on. And after the Black Death and various other things, by the 12, 13, 1400s, there were a lot fewer dynastic houses available than there were before. And these new upstart capitalists and merchants were making tons of money. And then by the time you get down into the 19th century, most of your princes are so impoverished that they were being pawned off to the daughters of American millionaires.
I was thinking more, or I was actually getting my reference from Frank Herbert's Dune, and because I mean he was modeling that system after
lance rod.
Oh yeah, well, and the whole House Harkonnen was extremely inbred. That's why they had so many red-headed ones. Yeah.
Oh, is that where the expression "redheaded stepchild" came?
Probably not.
Okay. Just checking.
But the whole idea behind marrying his sister was the fact was he needed the political clout to. It wasn't to do anything with genetics. He had his own wife.
Well, yeah, that has to do with the political power struggle, and also. A lot of the inbreeding that occurred in the Victorian era was kind of a spin-off of the whole hereditarian notions. You know, if animal breeding works to make better sheep, shouldn't you be breeding in the group to make better people? And that was one of the reasons why you had so many people marrying cousins and all the rest, which turned out to be not that good of an idea.
Yeah.
So what you're recommending that they only have sex with the finest sheep?
Yes, there we go.
All right. Well, I think with that we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, tell RJ to shut up.
No, we don't do that either. We were learning stuff and things. So.
And things. Yeah.
Yes.
I know a lot of stuff and things.
Yes.
I love you, RJ.
We all love RJ.
Yes. All right. Well, with that, we are going to wrap this up. So thank you, everybody, for coming again. I do appreciate it. I'm glad to be here another week with you guys. And I look forward to seeing you all next week.
And the cat has a cute little mustache.
Exactly. The cute little pirate kitty and the cute little pug.
I think we need to have a whole series of pirate kitty.
Yes.
Make sure we don't forget something before we wrap up.
Remember, actually a funky little children's book, you know.
Remember, always pay respects to the clam.
Yes.
All hail
Always.
the
Did we
clam.
get through without even having any clam mentions this week?
No, we had a few clam mentions.
Tomorrow I'm making crab ragoon.
All right. Say goodnight, panel.
Good night, panel.
Night.
Don't accept any wooden
the button.
penguins.
Don't forget to wear your masks if you go out.